The word of the day for today is coming from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4 through 9. I am reading from the NIV version, and it reads, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. That was Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 9. And I would like to repeat to you guys verses 7, because I want you to know how important that this is. I want you to realize that this is a commandment that God is speaking. In verse 7, he says, impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road and when you lie down and when you get up. You have a responsibility to teach your children, your grandchildren, and your children's children, meaning their children, God's commandment. You have a responsibility to let them know who God is and to let them know to love God with all their mind and with all their heart and with all their strength. You are responsible for your household. You are responsible to make sure you train up your children the way they should go. And I don't know why I'm going here, but in today's society, somebody need to know that God has commanded you to do so. You have a responsibility not only for yourself, but for your legacy. You have a responsibility not only for yourself, but for your generation that's coming after you, the lineage that flows through you. You are responsible to make sure that they don't only know God, but they love God. Deuteronomy verse 7 is there. So in Joshua chapter 24, verse 15, in the NIV version, it reads, But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. I'm going to read that one more time. Joshua chapter 24, verse 15. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. Not tomorrow, but this day whom you will serve. Whether the gods your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, We will serve the Lord. Joshua didn't just say me. He said, my children gonna serve him. My wife gonna serve him. And grandma and granddaddy up in this camp, they serving him too. You make your choice. Joshua knew the responsibility. Joshua knew what he had to do because what was commanded for him to do through God. So I am here to let you know that you're not only responsible for you, you're responsible for your children. You are responsible for your household. If they don't know God, that's on you. Choose this day. So if you have someone in your house that don't know God, that don't love God, and you haven't imparted that in them, if you haven't shared the word of God with them, and then they're in your house, you better make a choice today. You better make a decision today. Choose this day. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you. And if you do have children that you know you train up and you see they go the other way, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. You did your part and God is going to honor that. You did your part. If you are married and you are going to church and your spouse is not, whether it's a husband or a wife, but you are praying, you are fasting, you are covering your house, don't be discouraged because God said the believer sanctify the unbeliever. I'm telling you today, the word of the day is saying to you, loving God is a commandment, one you should do and one that you should command your children and their children to do. I will repeat again the word of the day for today, July 6, 2022. Loving God is a commandment, one you should do and one that you should command your children and their children to do. And this is coming from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 9, Joshua chapter 24, verses 15.
You can do all things. You can do all things but fail. 'Cause you never lost the battle. No, you never lost the battle. And I